Hello, founders. It's time for another pitch deck critique and review. And this time we've got a pitch deck from Zeneca, one of our subscribers. Thank you very much. If you are a subscriber and you want to know how to get your pitch deck reviewed, stay till the end of the video. I'll be happy to share with you what to do and how you can get that done. There are some issues with this pitch deck right up front, and I'm going to just put it out there right away, is that there aren't the right slides in terms of the format. The format of this deck is off. It is missing some key slides. What I'm going to do at the end of this video, I'm going to put on the screen the video that I want everybody to watch if you're wondering what should go in your pitch deck and why I recommend those slides. The other issue is that this pitch deck is confusing because I do not know what stage this pitch deck is. Are we pre-seed? Are we seed? Are we A? Is this deck already making millions of dollars? There's no traction slide. There's no roadmap. I don't know what has happened so far. So we're going to be a little confused, and that's going to muddy up the advice that I'm able to give. But I'm going to give it my best shot and try and explain how I would approach this deck. And obviously, this is a good problem that we should be solving in terms of payments for freelancers. But it's a good problem to solve in terms of the future of payments and solutions for freelancers. That's a big thing. Before we continue, my name is Ed Kang, 7-time funded founder with 2 exits. If we have met before, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is our first time, welcome to my YouTube channel. I like to use content like this because as a 7-time founder, 2-time exit, it's just a fancy way of saying I failed a bunch of times for your benefit, because in these videos, I'm going to show you how to avoid some of the catastrophic mistakes that I've made. Not to say you won't make mistakes, but I want to reduce the pain of those mistakes, and you're going to have much easier time, especially if you're an early stage founder and you're trying to raise a pre-seed or seed round. These are the mistakes that I've made. Everybody's made them when it comes to fundraising. But before we dive back in, if you appreciate this type of content, please like, comment, subscribe. Your feedback is always super appreciated. And like I said, if you're a founder and you are interested in having your pitch deck critiqued and reviewed, stay till the end of the video and I will show you exactly how to do that. Back to our cover page, building the future of payment solutions for freelancers. This is a fluffy, buzzy statement of marketing jargon. I'm thinking you should just say a new payment solution for freelancers. And I know this is Latin America, so you might as well put Latin America in there so that the investor immediately knows what target you're looking at, because I know for a fact there are investors who are interested in investing in emerging countries. And so take advantage of that. Is this freelancers for everybody in the world? No, it's for Latin America. That's where you're going to start. So if you said something like building payment solutions for freelancers in Latin America, I also know that this has to do with blockchain because you are using stable coins. So you might as well mention it in the Web3 economy or using blockchain, crypto, something along those lines, because you also will have investors who are interested in investing in those types of solutions. So you might as well tell the investor in one fell swoop right up front, this is the area that we want to steer you in. We want your interest. If you're interested, come along and ride with us. But if not, then you can save some time, and investors appreciate that if you can let them know up front. So be a lot more specific, but general. Take out the buzzy words with your cover slide and this statement. Next slide, we immediately have an issue here because we've got a market slide or why now. I can just tell by the language here. By the way, you want to put these words up in the top of the slides just to let the investor know where they are. But this should not be your first slide. The number one slide, the first slide that you should have is the problem slide. And I know you've got one, it's coming up, but that should be the number one slide. But let me take a look at this, and I'm going to tell you the reason this slide does not work for me. The rise of the remote worker economy is a $27.81 billion market. All right, I'm just going to take for granted that's the size of the market. But then you get into Latin America. So your Latin America freelance market is huge and growing fast. Huge, all right, just take out those hyperbolic statements. Growing fast with more than 100 million freelancers. This is a better market size slide than what you got so far. If you just opened up and said there are 100 million freelancers in Latin America, then you're getting my attention. Now you say 86% of Latin American freelancers are looking for part-time or full-time work opportunities. This is a big issue here. I don't know why you have that bullet point, because you are trying to solve for payments. This implies that you're going to help Latin American freelancers find work. That is not the problem that you're trying to solve. So you want to get rid of this. And then over here, you've got a repeat of this, so it's redundant information. You might want to say something like the percentage of Latin American freelancers who can't get work because they can't accept payments. Now that's an interesting data point in terms of the market, which leads us to the problem slide. So all in all, move this slide later. It should go problem, solution, market size. That's the general order in which pitch decks should go. Now we get to our problem slide. I'm going to put the problem slide up here. And this is one of those statements that drives investors crazy. Today, receiving payments as freelancers from Latin America is broken. That is a generic, buzzy statement that investors just don't appreciate. Healthcare is broken. Payment systems are broken. Personal finance and banking systems are broken. We get it. There's problems. Tell us exactly what the problem is up top here. Now, this is your first slide. Thankfully, you've got some information. Freelancers lose up to 20% of their earnings and fees due to using multiple payment platforms. All right, now we're getting very direct and explains what type of problem we're trying to solve. Next, there's slow settlement issues. This is a major issue. And then there's hidden fees. Here we go. I'm going to go back and I'm going to draft for you the problem statement or the direction. Let's move back here. You've got 100 million Latin American freelancers plus a $27.81 billion market. I'm just going to round it up to $28 billion market. If you go back to the problem slide, you could say something like in the $28 billion global freelance market, 100 million freelancers in Latin America are losing up to 20% of their fees because of multiple platforms, slow settlement times, and hidden fees, something along those lines. What I did is I talked about the size of the market and the severity of the problem using quantitative data. That is how investors want to see the problem slide. We don't need generic, hyperbolic, buzzy statements like payments are broken. We need statements, just like I said, I'm going to repeat it so you can take notes, write that down. In the $28 billion global freelance market, 100 million Latin Americans lose up to 20% of their fees and invoices because of multiple payment platforms with slow settlements and hidden fees. You can wordsmith that a little more, but that's a much stronger problem statement to what you are trying to do in this startup. Next, the future of payments is easy, instant, and accessible for all. This is a generic statement. It's buzzy. It's marketing. You do not need this. I'm going to tell you right now, why doesn't this statement work? The future of payments, what payments, is easy and instant and accessible for all. Who do you mean? For the freelancers, I know that's what you're getting to. So then why put out this generic statement and just break up your deck and put a slide in that you don't need if you only have a few minutes? You literally have 1 to 3 minutes to impress that investor in this introductory screener deck. A screener deck is the deck that gets you the next meeting. You're not helping the investor make an investment decision. You're helping the investor make a sorting decision and make a decision on whether they want to call you to see more of your presentation. So take this slide out and avoid all slides like this in the future. Now we come to the solution. Let's put this up there at the top solution. Zeneca is a platform that enables freelancers to receive and withdraw payments quickly and directly to their local banks. Generic, it's better, but let's look at your details. You got lower commission fees, great. Almost instant settlements and no hidden fees. Get paid easily in cash or crypto using one platform. We're going to consolidate all this together because what I like, you've got the solutions to all the different problems that you put out there, which is super smart. It's the way you want to go. When you've got a problem statement, and let's say it's slow and manual, your solution needs to make it fast and automated, which is what you did. So kudos to you, but it's all over the map. We got to consolidate it. So you might want to say something like, Zeneca is a platform that enables freelancers to receive and withdraw payments with lower commission fees, instant settlements, no hidden fees in cash or crypto. That's it. We're going to take for granted it's one platform. You may want to say Zeneca is a unified platform, or Zeneca is an all-in-one platform that enables freelancers to receive and withdraw payments quickly and directly to their local banks with lower commissions, instant settlements, and no hidden fees. You see how I put that in a one sentence? That's all you have to do. And that helps the investor immediately know the type of solution that they're going to be investing in. And you've already established this is a $28 billion global market, which goes, ooh, it's really big around the world, but we're focusing on the 100 million Latin American freelancers, which is also really big. 100 million potential customers, that is a solid market. Now we get to the how it works slide. And this is extremely confusing. I don't understand. Send ACH locally from a platform. Who's doing this? The end user? I don't understand. And you got all these other platforms over here. Are you doing a differentiator slide? It doesn't work. I just want simple steps. A user signs up, inputs their information, sends the invoice to the client. The client can either pay in crypto or cash, gets deposited instantly, and can be withdrawn. How do you make this happen? You've got a virtual USD account. If you got a US account and it's virtual, we need to explain how this works. So maybe a step is an account gets opened up at a neobank, or are you a neobank, or are you completely on crypto rails? I don't know. Does everything get converted to crypto? Does it go to your bank and then get converted to stable coins? Something along those lines. And all this is super confusing. I have no idea what any of this means. So simplify the slide down in as simple as 1 to 5 steps. I don't do any more than 5 steps on my how it works slide, because if I have to do that, then it's going to get way too complicated. And as I said before, your market slide should go above this. So we're here. We want to be at problem as the number 1 slide, solution, the second slide, and then the market, the third slide, and then how it works as your 4th slide. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4. That is the order in which we should be following up to this point in time. I always recommend go research what other pitch decks look like and how other funds want to see their pitch decks. However they want to see their pitch decks, you should adjust. But generally speaking, that's the order in which pitch decks should go, just to be safe. Now we get to how much does it cost? This is actually your business model slide. So we're going to put here business model slide, and you want to get rid of this 3% withdrawal fee. Our goal is to reduce these fees over time until they are nearly zero. I'm sort of torn on this sort of thing, but you may want to put 3% withdrawal fee, but explain how you're going to make money to reduce these fees over time. Because if you say these fees get reduced to zero, then how are the investors going to make money? Now you've got me super confused, and I'm worried that you're just going to give away all the revenue opportunities. So you might want to change the slide and say, we're going to start with a 3% withdrawal fee, which will eventually go to these revenue streams and how we are going to make money. The other thing you want to think about is when you're using crypto, there are a lot of fees that go with crypto, transaction fees. So are you factoring in stablecoin conversion fees? Are you using a broker, a decentralized exchange? I know a little bit about crypto. So if you've got an investor who does understand crypto, they're going to wonder if this is possible. You better be able to explain it. Now we come to the slide. Who's it for? Freelancers, content creators, digital nomads, remote workers, international hires. You do not need this slide either. It's a given. We've already put that into the problem solution, talked about the market. We've already established this. You don't need this slide. It is redundant. Why us? I'm going to give you a little suggestion on a slide like this, especially if you got all this information. You need to put a big headline as to why us. So don't put why us. Answer the question, why us, in a headline. You can say, our co-founders have X amount of experience doing crypto payments, etc., over 30 years, and these unicorns, etc. We've created this amount of value. Just put a big headline. And that's just generally a really good thing so that everybody understands, wow, if you have literally 10 seconds to read this slide, we've got the headline, and it makes us want to read the rest of the slide because you got all the information. With that being said, this is actually pretty good. I like how detailed you've gotten into this, but there's some information that's too generic and I don't understand. For example, 60,000 NFTs sold within the first 2 weeks of what? I don't understand. Is this for the first blockchain play to earn game in 2022? How did that go? Talk about what the results are there and that you've got the expertise to be able to do pay to earn blockchain games. And then I like the fact that you've got this. Exit, the first crypto-friendly bank in the region. And this is fantastic because you've got blockchain community in Panama. All good stuff. Shows your domain expertise. Here you've got your CTO, self-taught programmer since 12. Take that out. That's just going to create some issues here in terms of, does this person really know what they're doing if they don't have an education? Just say you've been programming since this period of time and you got 5 years in the fintech space. That's great. And you developed tax automation for 30K monthly active users. All this, check, check, check. Super, super good. So this is great. Worked in 3 different YC fintech companies in the last 7 years. I like it. This is a solid team because you're technical and you've got domain expertise. And then you've got this sentence. Our mission is to revolutionize the way money transfers through the use of stablecoins and blockchain technology. And we like to ship products fast. Marketing fluff, don't put that in there. All right. Just make the slide super simple. Put the headline up there and then your information of your bios. But other than that, strong team. This is probably your best slide so far. Now we've gotten the last slide. I'm going to show you what is missing. I do not have information. First, I need to understand what type of traction that you have. Is there an MVP already in place? What's going on there? Next, I need to know if you've got competition, which you do, and how are you addressing the competition? You've got competition, crypto competition. You've got blockchain protocol competition. You've got competition across the board from bigger companies like Upwork, I know, are looking at this and they would love to tap into this market. So it's a great idea for them. So the question is, what do you know? What do you know that these other competitors do not know? How are you going to get through the idea maze and separate and differentiate yourself? Do you have some secret sauce so that when investors come to you and say, how are you going to handle Upwork? Upwork is a massive global company. Fiverr, how are you going to handle? And you're going to be able to say, we know something they don't know. They're trying to do it this way. We're contrarian and we're going to do it that way. I don't know what that looks like. Maybe you've got a late mover advantage when it comes to payments, or maybe they would never do the crypto smart contracts that you're going to do. You're going to have to explain that. Finally, you're looking at the ask slide. I have no idea because you have not told me what your traction is, what stage you are. So what are you asking for? What stage? Does this already exist? Do you need $1 million? Do you need $10 million? That's what the investor is going to be missing. And then you've got your contact information right here. Just make the contact information super big, and that's going to help you out. There you have it. My kudos to this team. You've got some good things going on. I like the fact that this presentation is really tight. If you get rid of the slides that are extraneous with the marketing fluff, you're keeping it nice and tight. Great team. We're missing these slides, and I've shown you how to address each one and refine the problem solution, because everything rises on the problem and solution. Thanks for sending this in, and thank you for being courageous enough to allow other people to join in on your journey. If you're a founder out there and you are looking for a pitch deck review and critique, just leave a comment and I'll let you know how to contact me. I'm getting a lot of requests these days, so I'm having to be selective. So just contact me and go through the proper channels and the steps, and I'll try and help you out as much as possible. Thanks again. Leave a comment. Love to know what you think. I'll see you in the next video.